All right, now you are rocking with RTO Podcast. I am Steve Bay.
I am your boy Mike Knox.
And they call me the Dutchie, man, and you already know what it is. We back again. This one is the Fame Us episode. You already know.
Legendary. This is legendary. A legendary. Very legendary.
Hold on.
Come on, let's go.
I ain't done.
Let's go, Steve.
Not done opening up.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? See, I'm already privileged, to know this gentleman. You feel me?
Right.
I know this gentleman since I was running around in onesies with the low level on the bottom. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Him and my pop, they used to do the the little house parties. You know what I'm saying?
And DJ,
DJ Darren.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, shout to Big Kenyatta.
Oh, we go back like that.
Big Kenyatta.
So you know what I'm saying? The lineage and everything, we go back like that. You feel me?
Ooh, so you got to
You feel me?
You got to direct this today.
I got to direct, you know what I'm saying?
It's a different type of joint.
I'm feeling like, this a family episode.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because at the end of the day, he dealt with every lineage.
Facet.
Yeah.
Every lineage.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And every aspect.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's only right. I gotta bring my man in right,
Appreciate
man.
that, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Stevie.
Motherfucking G.
G-Funk, baby.
The
G-Funk,
legendary.
baby.
The
legendary.
real G-Funk era.
Southwest finest, man.
What? Now listen, your name comes up. I'm saying like your name comes up in the places that people would least expect.
Right.
Like your name comes up more than you say your own name. I mean, really, like I'm talking about like when you talk about legendary moments from probably every rapper that then came through the city of Philadelphia that had a signed deal. Like
I'm one of them.
That's a fact.
For sure.
I'm one of them.
That's a
For
fact.
sure.
And I'm talking
We
about
gonna get
before
to
the
that.
deal and all of that. We're going to get to all of that today.
All that.
But we first got to start off with how it all started, like the root, like how the seed was planted. Like what made you just get into music? Like what was your start?
Well, first I went up Slayton Farms. You know what I'm saying? I had to go do a little bid, you know what I'm saying? And so
Stevie went to
jail? yeah. I was up Slayton Farms.
What year was this, Funk? Let's take them. Let's timeline.
89.
When it was real.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
Yeah.
It was geographical.
Yeah.
And I was claiming I was born in South Philly, but I was living in South
Saigon, right?
So they kind of cut me a break, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I was able to claim both.
But
You know what I'm
Saigon,
saying?
right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was up 23rd Street. We're stopping them from like Bonzar Street and all that. That's
Hold
what,
up, so you
my
originally-
family was from 13th
from
Street
the
as well.
hood.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you
He from
originally
the
from the
South-
P, from
originally-
South Philly.
Yeah, originally, yeah.
Sorry,
I never knew that.
Hold on,
Yeah.
excuse me. Sorry about that, Southwest. I'm sorry I had to hear that.
We
But he
keep-
ain't from Southwest.
South said we keeping.
He's from the P.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I
Nigga.
was
never
born on-
knew that, yo.
I was
Listen.
born on Federal Street. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yo, I didn't know that.
All my
I never
aunts,
knew
And I live with the nigga. and I
they
ain't
still
know
live
that.
down there. All my family, both sides of my
everybody.
family still live in South
I
Philly.
never knew that.
Yeah.
From the P.
So when did you migrate from?
I mean, I was young. I was probably like about 9.
Yeah,
But
okay.
my dad lived down South Philly, so I was still.
The ties was
I
there always.
Yeah, I would still be able to go down there and get that. You know what I'm saying? I had both. So
Right.
I had both. But I stayed up Southwest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Most of the time.
So
But-
we call that, he had a little extra seasoning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Little extra joint. You know what I
A
mean?
little extra seasoning. You
Larry
feel
on
me?
it.
That's crazy, yo.
So
That's dope.
Right.
So I
That's
was up
dope,
Slayton
though.
Farms, caught a little case, went up Slayton Farms, and I just started writing talent shows because I felt like I disappointed my mom. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always had talent, do little talent shows and all that bullshit, like just doing shit.
Right.
And so when I got in the streets, I always wanted to keep one foot in and one foot out. So I always done something. It was writing plays, talent shows, trying to DJ, all that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I was at Slayton Farms, that's where it started at. So when I got out, I just was like, I was inspired by Scarface and NWA and all of them. You know what I'm saying? I was fascinated that they was doing the same thing we was doing.
Right.
And they was from a whole different city.
Yeah.
So that fascinated me. So I had a group called, they was called, not Philly's Most Wanted, they was called Young YBM, Young Black Males.
Young black man.
Right.
Remember that.
Bubonic was in that group. But then one of the guys moved to Florida and one guy quit. So
Okay.
then we replaced it with Montana and Mr. Man. Well, Mr. Man was always
Mr.
around. So
Man.
and that was
Shout out
Man.
Most Wanted.
Shout out Most Wanted.
Shout
We
out
know
to
them
my
for-
guys.
Shout out to Montana too.
yeah, from Philly's Most Wanted.
Yeah, definitely.
And so we was doing little talent shows, doing a lot of rehearsals in the street and stuff like that. And so I used to see this girl. I know her. We was cool, but we wasn't that cool. I used to see her with these bad boy jackets. And I'm like, what the fuck you keep getting? They was sort of like this.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck you keep getting them jackets from up the skating ring and shit like that? She's like, my brother run Bad Boy. I'm saying, how the fuck you? I said, your brother? Who your brother? Kurt. So I knew who he was, but he was traveling back and forth.
Right.
Because he was always real smart.
Right.
And so I said, well, look, tell your brother, you know, that if he put us on, I'll let you manage it. And she said, you know, all right, I'm gonna tell him. So a month went past. I'm like, what's up? Did you tell him? She like, I got you. I thought she was bullshit. And then she called and was like, look, her name was Angel. She called, she like, look, my brother want to meet with you. So we sat down and talked. Real intelligent, you know what I'm saying? And he used to live right down the street from me, but he was living in New York as well.
So he lived in Philly?
Yeah, Southwest Philly on 56 and Greenway. Right where we used to be at Dutch, right down the street.
But no, I remember. But go ahead, G-Funk,
Right.
go ahead, because
So-
you laying the
so-
timeline out for him very
so
nicely.
So Kurt was like, all right, we gonna do it the right way. If you and my sister, y'all got to get y'all paperwork together. So he hooked us up with a lawyer named Terry Baker. She put they put the management contract together, and we was partners at that point. And then so I'm waiting again. I'm like, when we gonna get signed now? I'm looking to sign. I ain't gonna lie, everybody wanted to be with Bad Boy. I was like, man, what the fuck is up? Like, we wanted to be on Bad Boy. So we met with Kurt again. So no, we sent him the music. I think I sent it in the like I overnighted it or something. No, he wanted it overnight. I took that shit up New York. I was like, I drove up there and took that. I ain't want nothing to happen to it. I got it to him. He listened to it. He said, man, they great. And then he heard him rap. He's like, they great. I like them. But we can't sign them because we got the Locks, another 3-man group. I was hurt.
Oh, man, they stuck a dagger in
I was
there.
like, damn, why the fuck couldn't I think of that?
Now,
you know
what
what I'm
year
saying?
was this, though?
This was in like 95. It had to be like 95.
So they was what, about 14, 15
It
years
might have
old
been
at the
90.
time?
Was it? No, it had to be. No, Big came out in 95. So it might have been around 90, between 95 and 96.
Yeah, okay.
Somewhere
Okay.
in between there. Like 90, probably 95. And so, yeah, they was young. They was kids. And so I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know what to say. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So he called me. He said, look, I got a friend over Atlantic Records, Craig Kalman. I'm going to put y'all with him. So he actually linked us up with Mark Byers and said, Mark, take them over there, and I'm gonna do a favor for you.
Shout out to OG Mark.
OG Mark Byers.
So he said, I'm gonna do a favor for you back. Just walk them over there. He called Craig already, told him, look, I got this group that's sensational, but I got a 3-man group. I can't sign them. There's no room. I can sign them, but the Locks come first. That's you know what I'm saying, like that. And so we went to Atlantic Records, and we got the deal. And then from then, things just start opening up. You know what I'm saying? That was word was getting around that I, had an ear for music and stuff like that. And then that was the first part of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Now let's get tricky with what you just said, because so many different artists that I know of, that we all know of, whenever I hear them tell a story about their beginnings, it all result back to your house.
Yeah. So it's
56th Street, man.
Yeah, it all results back to your house and battles that happen in your house. That the artists. I mean, we're gonna get into the names.
Everybody came through there. You had to
everybody came through your house.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even people don't know Cassidy, right? And Cassidy was a real intelligent rapper. And I told him, I said, just tone it down a little bit. I said, you're a little too much for the people, because he was always smart.
Very smart.
In advance, right?
He went to Central.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So I said, just tone it down some. And he would come up, and I would work with him, and show him different cadences and different things, because he already had it. I didn't have to add too much to it. But I was like, everybody can't get with you on that level.
Right.
So, my influence helped him get his deal. He'll talk about, I don't really talk about it much. I allow the artists to do it. Yeah. But he'll tell you, you know what I'm saying, that he used to come up, and that's how he got his thing.
Boy, come on, man. You could talk about your accolades, man.
You got to, because and that was the key reason why we wanted you here, because one thing we want to do with this podcast and what we're trying to do with Restoring the Order, and we call it RTO for short, is we want guys like you that help the city get its look to get their accolades and get not their flowers, but really get their honorable stamp.
Respect,
you know what I'm saying? The respect and show what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like I said, a lot of these names, and from the ones I know, the Nina Rosses and Beans. I hear Beans talk about Most Wanted and going to a label meeting at Roc-A-Fella and the Black Friday and Sadiq and Mark and Murph and Jan. It's all these different people names that come up, and at that time, and it's like the reason why I feel like it's great that we do this because this era needs to understand that it was so many moving parts and where it started at, from the Black Friday parties to a lot of things that y'all did. Y'all set a tone.
You know what I mean? It was a lot of layers to the foundation.
To the foundation.
For y'all to, acknowledge that. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't really be walking around, telling people like, man, I did. That'd be that old school bullshit. Like, I was the boy like
that did that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
it sounds magical when people. It's more magical when people speak for us. So
they accept it. They know it.
Funk, let's do this, right? Because you started with the Most Wanted situation, right? Now we're gonna set the stage for the viewer, because what we like to do is we know what's going on,
right?
And everybody in the city know what's going on,
right?
Some people in the world know what's going on because you've helped a lot of people in this industry.
Yeah, definitely.
But to set the stage for Philly, this 20-something year beginning of a legacy that you've helped all of these artists create, myself, Mac. Why your crib? Why did all the artists have to come through 56th Street?
Because my man Dana Black, he owned the crib. And we just it was freedom. We had freedom to make noise. We was cool with the neighbors. The crib was nice. It was fly back then, you know what I'm saying? So everybody wanted to come, see the crib. So we just had freedom to rehearse there, to take meetings there. We had 112 coming through there. Everybody wanted to come through. It was more about the freedom that we had to make noise and be creative. You know what I'm saying? And I just ended up living there. You know what I'm saying? And just people, and we just, that's really why, because we had freedom. You know what I'm saying? We had other places, but the freedom wasn't there. And then we had to make it like, I did have another block where we had some stuff going on, but if a nigga come from North or South Philly, be like, you got them niggas up here. Niggas be like, not throwing up gang signs, but looking crazy, making people uncomfortable. I'm like, we gotta get off this block. You know what I'm saying? I had to make people feel comfortable. Niggas was pulling up with their chicks, and we was having fun, and we ain't need that bullshit. So it was the perfect place. The street was wide. You know what I mean? It wasn't a little block where it was hard to get out. It wasn't a lot of, drugs selling. So it was a lot of layers to why it was. But the main reason, we had our freedom to bring out other friends. Because, I fuck with niggas from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So we and I was pushing that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't have to worry about a nigga going to the Chinese store getting robbed or niggas looking at him crazy or, you know what I'm saying? All that dumb shit. So that was one of the main reasons.
Okay. One of the things I definitely want to get back to is we gotta really work this joint down, because
there's so many layers, bro.
Most Wanted, right? When y'all got that deal, right? How did y'all feel when y'all got that deal? Like, what was?
Man, it was.
What was the feeling like between?
It's indescribable. Like, back then I was ego tripping. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I thought, what I'm saying.
I loved.
I was ETing. I was acting crazy. Like I was on some bullshit.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, but in that crib, because when you lived in that crib, if Funk told you was ego tripping, that was like the
But I was ego tripping.
That was the check.
I was like,
it was.
But I still felt like, you know what I'm saying, like a little untouchable. You talking about a record deal?
A record deal.
You dig what I'm saying? Because you had Tommy Hill and them. They was independent, and Ram Squad. They was like the niggas, right before they had relationship with the Wu and all that.
Yeah.
And then when we got signed, it was like when I got them signed, it was like we had so much attention on us. It was good stuff. But good. I was like, man, I got this shit now. Fuck.
Bro, it was unheard of.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was unheard of for a brother. That come from where you come from. To take young brothers that just had talent.
Not only that, just to keep it on him for a second. You had to be a very unselfish person.
I was going to say that. No, Lord, I was going to say that.
That's
like
first.
To break Angel down.
Yeah.
You got to be a business mind.
Yeah.
That was my business mind of it. I give you half. I give you half of the group. You know what I'm saying? Which I spent hundreds of thousands on years, and you know, they was living with me, and you know, I was taking care of niggas and all that kind of stuff. So for me to, you know, break her down, but I knew what I wanted. I knew that if I get one group signed, I know it was on from there, because I, you know what I'm saying, I got a knack for it. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, when we moving along into the Most Wanted thing, right? How did the Beanie Sigel thing come into play?
Meek, my homegirl Meek from Sigel Street, right? She, we went to Cancun. It was one of them summers we went to Cancun, and Meek had called me. She's like, my man rap, but I'm like, ain't nobody fucking with these niggas. I ain't even want to hear nobody for real. I was like, man, Bubonic and them niggas spitting that shit, Nas and them, and I'm like, I don't, you know what I mean? I took it because it was her. I took the meeting because it was her. But you ain't see it. But we was, I didn't know. Right. So we was in, and I seen Brother News. He was like, my brother rap. So brother then News. Beans had went to my crib when we was in Cancun. But News was out there. He was like, your brother went to the crib. So Nas called me. He's like, yo, that nigga Bean, he said, we nice, but that nigga is on fire. I said, well, tell me what the fuck he was rapping about. Right. You know what I'm saying? I said, tell me some of the shit. So Nas started spitting that shit. I said, he said that? I said, run that shit back. He said, I'm telling you, man. I don't know. Lil man and them, I'm just saying, man, you know, I'm just telling you, man, that nigga hot, man. That nigga hot. So as soon as I got back, I called, I said, tell him to come up the crib. Yeah. And then Mac came up. He was quiet. Mac wasn't, he was real quiet. Right. And he absorbed the room. He know how to absorb the room. Yeah, he looks around, and he was quiet. And I'm looking at him like, this nigga quiet. What he gonna do? Yeah. And so I remember the rap. I said, you gonna stand up, you gonna sit down? He said, whatever you want me to do. He's like, no, I'm gonna sit down. I'm like, man, I'm used to, you know, we're in that bad boy era. I need a nigga to, you know what I mean? Get up, see that shit. So he was like, it was a rumor out. These niggas supposed to be stepping to Beans. And I ain't the one that had these faggot niggas threatening Beans, let alone talking about pulling out weapons on Beans. He said, it wasn't my first time I heard it. I ain't letting it be. The whole house went crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know, and I don't want to fuck his rhymes up, but he was like, imagine me let them eat off my plate, me break down half of my gate for my life's sake. He stood up and turned around. He said, what movie was they watching? I want to rent that tape. Niggas was running out the house, running upstairs. That shit was crazy. And I was like, God damn. And so that right there, it just touched me. Right. So it was like, to me, it wasn't that I was trying to make a comparison, him being better than them, but they was like the Locks, Philly's Most Wanted, and he was like Biggie. Yeah, okay. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's how it was, but that shit he was talking was crazy. I was getting the chills. I ain't want that nigga to go home. He's like, I gotta go home. Damn. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, where you going? Go nowhere. He's like, I'm going home. What you mean? It's fucking 9 o'clock at night. He been in there rapping. So what I used to do, I used to get money niggas from across the town to come through. It's like, he gonna be here, y'all gotta be here, I'm telling you. And then I would take Beans down like 13th Street. I would take him like down the bottom, up north, and just go. And all the dope, the niggas used to be just giving up money like, that nigga nice, just take some money, man. Whatever y'all need, we here. And that's how raw that nigga was. Raw. That raw. I'm talking about raw, man.
So how did y'all, okay, so now we talking about Most Wanted, right? And we talking about now Beans coming to play. Yeah. How did major figures come into this with them?
Well, they was making noise already. Dutch and Spade and Gilly, and Bump and Lava. They was already making noise. Right. And so I had my eye on them, but they was already making noise. They was making money. They was moving around. So you know what I'm saying. So I built a relationship with Dutch and Spade, and it was like, well, let's do like the Wu-Tang. You know how they got the Wu-Tang, but they got separate. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their solo thing. Yeah. So when I talked to Dutch, when Dutch came and spit, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? My man Black was upstairs, and he was like, if your watch was a Rollie, would you like that? And Black came down, Stevie like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Because Black ain't really like a lot of niggas in the crib. Right. But this how I knew he was nice. Because he liked, you know what I'm saying? Because he was like, man, don't have them niggas in my motherfucking house, man. But when he heard that, he was like, damn, he was like, shit. And then Spade, they was just rapping, and it just was crazy. He was, you know, and that's why I really think that Jay-Z really liked Dutch in a special way, because he had some Snoop Dogg shit. It was like it couldn't be created.
Yes, he did.
Or it couldn't be destroyed.
He had a lot of chants with him too. At that time,
he had the cadence,
cadence and stuff like that.
But it couldn't be created or destroyed. We didn't even know what to name the shit, the style. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was street at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they was, it was just like motherfuckers was in your face with that shit.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Funk, I remember this one cypher we had, right? All of us. Remember we was around the table, right? And me and Spade was like kind of the last niggas to keep going back and forth. Because what I would do is I would spit a verse, then a hook, and then Spade would go, right? Well, I spit a verse, then a hook, and somebody else would go.
Yeah.
So I'm watching Funk. He would just do like, he would sit back and watch this shit like.
No,
then you would see this nigga start.
I don't know, not to cut you off. I don't know if you remember when we went and got your deal, right? Do you remember you and Spade was in the room and y'all rapped about everything that was in the room?
Yeah.
That was, Un was like, what? Like they rapped about, I'm talking about like as if they wrote it before they got there. It ain't sound like, you know how sometimes niggas freestyle, you gotta say some dumb shit in between.
It was in a song form.
Dumb shit. Yeah, it was in a song form. And that blew my motherfucking mind. And I still had to ask them.
It blew my mind.
They would say the famous hat. They would say style. They would say that, but make it. It was all in a circle.
So are we saying, not to cut you off, are we saying that at that time with like major figures and
major figures
and most wanted, that everybody was getting their deals just off rapping in the room?
Yeah, they was getting off rapping in the room. But I ain't gonna lie, they threw me off so much when we got outside. I asked that. I said, when the fuck did you write that? He said, yo, we rapped about everything in the room. How the fuck did we write it? I said, yeah. I was just like, you know what I'm saying? It was just so cold. That motherfucker was cold.
They say, G-Funk could get you a deal. Right? So I'm like, well, shit. If he could get us a deal, I'm going to rap the hardest I could rap to try to get this shit rolling. Because I know he's going to get it. He's going to make it happen.
Right. And then the same thing, like they had the music, but when they did that shit, I ain't want this nigga to leave. The same how I felt about Beans. He's like, well, where y'all going? Like, we gotta go home, man. You know what I'm saying? They were so impressed. And it was just like a new thing because everybody had individuality. Right. And then Gilly had his shit. Yeah, he would come in and suck the whole air out the room. But they was different. Everybody was like taking over. When they had their time to rap, everybody was on some shit. Yeah. But it was like everybody was different. Yeah. That's what made it live. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let me ask you this because I'm like, me personally, I consider myself as you are,
right?
And he can attest to this in regards to ear for music and being able, being able to put certain things together. Right. And I wanted to ask you that as well. Just it's crazy that you said that, being as though that you had the DJ background and you know what I'm saying, the house party situation. Right. Do you feel like that enhanced your ear in regards to you being able to spot talent?
Yeah, it definitely enhanced it because I was already preparing for it. Some of it's natural and some of it by practice.
Right, because that's how I am. I can listen to something and like, yeah, that's it. Or I could be reading something that somebody wrote down, like sometimes the artist see. I can absorb it and I can see it. You know what I'm saying?
But that's how I am. Even in school, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep reading all that shit. What we talking about? Let's go to workshop class. I want to do something.
Yeah, let's physically touch it.
Yeah, I want to feel it and touch it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so to what you were saying, that definitely helped prepare me, but not even knowing. Right. I didn't have the confidence. I was just into the music. I used to go to sleep with Coogee rapping them, listening to them niggas, and NWA, listening to them like day in and day out. And back then, you'll get in trouble for listening to NWA and Scarface, all that crazy shit they was talking. You'll get in trouble. Your mom be like, what the fuck is you listening to? Right. So you had to sneak and listen to it. That's a fact. Know what I'm saying? That's a fact. So I was just so into it. And to this day, like, shit, I love everybody, like just about damn near every rapper out for their purpose. Like, a lot of older dudes be like, man, that's mumble rapper. That shit, everything started with a melody. If you look at the old school dudes, Grandmaster Flash, everything started with a melody or some type of riff or some shit.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But I like all that shit. I ain't got no problems with none of it because it's like I'm into melodies, beats and drums and all that kind of stuff.
And can't play nothing.
Yeah, and can't play a shit.
No, but
I tried to play the drum, but
what's so crazy is one of Funk's super gifts. how did you know where to take us all to? Like, cause you would, you
Well,
didn't take every artist to every place.
My business mind kicked in, right?
Right.
I'm like, damn, if I take everybody in one place and I fall out with the label, and they kick me out, I'm gonna be fucked up. So I was like, I'm spreading this shit out. Y'all ain't gonna fuck me around. I'm gonna still be strong. That was one of my things. But then it also worked out for, like, it was perfectly for everybody to be where they were. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But I was thinking more on the business mind back then. I'm like, man, shit can get a little sticky. You know what I'm saying? And it got sticky, but I still was holding on to different aspects of.
Now hold on now, because there was a lot of key players, right, outside of the artists that your name and their names was connected to you all together. And I'm gonna say their names of what I know.
Right.
Mark Byers.
Right.
Sharon Byers. Sadiq.
Yeah. Roller.
I was about to say rest in peace. Roller.
Rest in peace, Roller.
Murph.
Yeah.
Champ. All of these names right here consisted of strong. That was like the fucking 08. That was like the Lakers.
First of all, let's just not get it fucked up. Them niggas had all the money.
There we go.
Yeah, all the money.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
them niggas
really
was rolling up with,
at that time.
You know what I'm saying? Like bank rolls.
Like
seriously, they had all the money. So it was only right that I connected to them. I mean, I always been a hustler, but them niggas had money. Yeah. And them niggas had cars, and they had the whole shit. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? I was, I had the talent, you know what I'm saying? I had the ear, and Sadiq, that was his crew. And so when we linked up, it was just like magic. It was like a perfect match. Because I had the talent and he had all of that, and then Sadiq developed that whole music thing too. You know what I'm saying? Too. He would call me late at night and be like, yo, listen to this. I'd be like, damn, this nigga on some shit. He know his shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Know it is an understatement for y'all. Like, and the reason why I say that is because I remember the whole Black Friday thing. Yeah. I remember I used to be outside the parties. And Champ used to get me in the parties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was that serious, but you had to really be somebody to get in at that time. But when y'all start having Jay-Z come to the city, Jermaine Dupri come to the city,
shit got different.
Parties with Allen Iverson and shit like that come to the city.
It was against all odds.
It was against all odds.
Black Friday.
Black Friday. And hold on now, we ain't gonna do. We're gonna do it right.
Right.
Can't forget about Mackie Woods and them.
Hell no.
Yeah, for sure.
They was
Rest in peace, Mackie Woods.
Rest in peace to my dog, Mackie Woods.
Capital punishment.
Right, CP. Capital punishment. Right.
But I like the idea that it was just everybody
was different, but everybody together.
Shout out Big Face Entertainment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
For sure.
I'm saying all that to say.
Mackie was brother Bub.
Bub, that's my dog.
We had I took him to meet with Suge Knight.
Yeah, that's my dog.
Suge back then.
All right, so let me ask you this. So being though, man, I consider us the same in regards to ears, in regards to music. Like, what do you say to guys like us? Because artists can burn you out. Right. You feel me? Right. Musically, financially, physically, emotionally,
all of that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I just look at it like, just do like a 5-year joint with them. Don't look at it, because we all get connected to people because we humans. You start liking the young boy look at you like a dad or OG and shit like that. You get connected, but they don't understand what you got to do on the other side to really make this shit. You putting so much, like you said, emotionally, money. You putting so much on the line, and then you end up liking the motherfucker, but they don't understand it because people start getting in their head. Yeah. But I just put a 5-year thing together. Let me try to get what I can get out of it for 5 years. But and now it's 2024. You as an executive, you gotta put yourself in position in case the artists act weird. Straight up. There should be a label. It should be a label. If you managing people, you should have a label on the side, developing more artists, keeping that thing rolling. So you won't have to, because they all gonna get crazy.
Yeah, because shout out Easy Money Teeth, 2 full buckets. Shout out Young Nair, shout out Team So, shout out the gang. But it's about 6, 7 of these little guys, and they all hot.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
And they coming up too. On we got an interview coming up with them too.
But I think, y'all do create more of a. Philly always been like, it always had a family oriented thing. Like, you know, when in Southwest, it's like, you know, boy Stevie G. Yeah, I know Stevie G. But it'll be like, you know, Stop the Bays. They go by names.
Go by names.
It was always a family. Yeah,
everything was names.
It's always so that in South Philly.
So that constituted a family oriented thing. So y'all think a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People individualize us up there. Yeah. You gotta be coming with a lot of shit, man. You better not run out of no money for rappers.
Now again, I like where we at, but we lightweight speed.
Yeah, I don't want to go too far.
We need all this, right? One of the things I want to talk about that I gotta bring up, and I witnessed it with my own eyes. Stevie called me one day. This was some years back, right? And he said, "Yo, I got something I want you to see." And I said, "Okay." He said, "Come down, shooting a film." Right? Prior to that, I remember being out Southwest and seeing Stevie with so many different actresses, and hoops, and just little sisters to him and all that.
Right.
And he said, "Yo, I'm shooting this movie." He said, "Me and Man is doing this movie, and I want you to check it out because, I want homeboy to see something." I said, "All right, cool." I come down. When I tell you, there was no big companies involved. This was all Stevie and me.
Right.
And they had every fucking body that was somebody with a name in this movie.
Yeah.
Right? And the movie was called Must Be the Music.
Right.
Was that right?
Yep. Must Be the Music.
They had Charles Dutton.
I remember
that. They had Black Dog. They had
Jadakiss,
Miss Cat,
Freeway.
It was a lot of
from
people.
The Wire.
Pleasure P was in that.
Pleasure P was in it. Snoop.
Yeah.
And I'm getting at this to say.
But let me stop you for a minute.
Go ahead.
There's somebody that worked on the movie with me, right? That I gave an opportunity to. I just seen her in Soho House in L.A. She's the biggest thing on the block in Hollywood. Quinta Brunton, right?
Strong.
She got Abbott Elementary.
Okay.
She won every award in television you can win.
Oh, she did
beat
that?
everybody. She was working with me. I pulled her in. She was a PA, but her and her partner came to me. They said, "Look, we want to be in this thing." So I introduced him to Charles, which he was an Emmy Award winning director, and he had to go up to Temple and talk to him or something. Something happened up Temple where they wanted to, let their teachers know that they're really serious about this.
Right.
She's the biggest thing in Hollywood right now.
Quinta, you have an open invitation to come sit down with RTO podcast. We want you to come sit down.
She got Revlon commercials and
to finish that where I'm at.
Right.
Because I'm going somewhere. I'm really going. Because we gonna stop playing with Philly legends like that.
Yeah,
we gonna stop playing games. We're not gonna let them play no more games.
Let's not play.
Right.
Let's not play.
That movie that they shot out of their pocket with their relationships turned into something, and they started to shop it.
Unprecedented,
right? They started to shop it. They wasn't looking for no bullshit deal. They wasn't in a rush to just sign anything, but somehow, some way, I'm going to say it, Lee Daniels stole it.
Yeah.
And that is how you got the TV show The Empire.
Right.
Are you serious?
So what it definitely was, the influence was there. You know what I'm saying?
The influence was there.
And we was working with.
Must Be the Music was Empire first.
Right. Definitely the influence was.
Well, you heard it here first on RTO podcast.
I said it.
And Knox brought it to the forefront.
And we didn't say I said it.
We're going to keep it a stack.
Because we got to keep it a stack.
So hold on.
We got to keep it a stack.
We're going to keep it a stack.
We can't just skip past what you just said, though.
Yes.
No, we can't.
You just said that Lee Daniels stole something.
Stole Aroni and cheese. That's what he said.
That's what Mike Knox said.
That's what he said.
He stole it. Somehow, some way, he got a whiff. Whether he got a whiff of the idea, he took that idea and he ran with it. Because here's the difference, I think, and this is the key thing. I remember me and Stevie went to go see 50, right?
Yeah.
And they were so strong about this movie. Him and Man was so strong about it. They wanted to book a theater out just so 50 could watch it.
Right.
Right. We got him to watch some of it at the office because his schedule was so crazy. And this is what he said to me. This was before Power. This was before anything was coming. He was just about to do some shit with HBO. He said, yo, he told me, he said, Knox, tell him to break it up and put it in a season form.
Right. Episodes, huh?
And let's see what we do. Right. I think at that moment, nobody was doing that at that moment, remember? Right. So it was kind of like a new thing, like, I don't really know if that's what we want to do.
Hey, guys, see, here at RTO Podcast, you know, we push the envelope.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're going to restore that order.
Exactly. So my juices are like, you know, a little running right now.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm hearing film.
Yeah.
We have actors.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, and I just feel like we need to go and, you know, steer into that direction.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's just something we're going to have to do.
But I just wanted to bring it up because of how serious, like, so many things happen. Not to cut you off, bro. So many things happen in the city that so many people like Steve.
Well, that's why I was going. Right? I wanted to know, Funk, why is it so easy for Philadelphians to lose things that we created? Because a lot of people stole from us.
People, you don't stick together.
That's a fact.
That's it.
So the unity.
You know, you know why you don't go against the cops? Because they stick together.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying you should go against God. But any union that sticks together, they're going to win over talent. They're going to win over money. They're going to win over everything if you don't have no unity. And a lot of times and outside people say that. They say, y'all some bad motherfuckers, but y'all don't stick together.
In regards to unity, explain that. Like, are you saying unity in regards to following a script, a protocol, or, you know what I'm saying, everybody playing their part?
Right, that's mainly what I'm saying. Like, people knowing their position and accepting their position.
And being okay with it.
Even with Quinta, she didn't start off at, you know, this level. Now she's the top person in Hollywood that you know what I'm saying? Really. So it's like everybody should know their position and accept it. Don't accept the position if you're not comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity. So some people say, I'm gonna just get it, but I'm gonna take over. They plotting on your job. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we don't. A lot of times, I'm not saying we don't have it, but a lot of times that's what gets in the way. But what happened with Must Be the Music.
Right.
We had a situation with Chris Albrecht. He was running HBO. He started. He had Sex and the City, The Sopranos, and all that stuff. And he had a situation where he had to step down. It was the first time I heard somebody had to resign.
Right.
He was the first person, Chris Albrecht, and then he went over Stars and started running Stars. And that's when 50, they linked up. So our thing got kind of like shelved, like, you know what I'm saying? Got a little
in the midst of that.
Yeah, in the midst of it, because he resigned. And the other people, they didn't, under execs, they didn't understand what that was. It was music drama, which this is the new music drama, Famous.
Right, Famous, this is yours.
But I rewrote it, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't understand it. So we was kind of shelved. And then what happened was, what really, after that, Charles had a stroke. Charles Dutton Rock had a stroke.
Yeah.
And that just set us back. You know what I'm saying?
Because y'all had Rock in the city every day.
Listen,
bro,
that's his brother, man.
Yeah,
not only was he in the city,
he taught me a lot.
He ride around a Rolls Royce every day in the city. Yeah. And I remember coming to the set. Y'all shot at Transit. For maybe like a week.
We took a picture that day. Remember?
Right.
That was the day we took a picture because
I remember you came. Didn't you come?
And he was directing.
I brought a tattoo artist down there, and Pleasure P had got a tattoo, and Funk was like,
I remember that.
Doing it.
But I remember him directing. I remember him. He was acting and he was also like directing as well. Like he was so. Like he was really embedded in that movie, man. Like he was really going there.
And the notes that he would give Jadakiss on acting,
right?
You know, I just got the chills because they both had the Baldies,
right?
And he played his uncle, and I just, you know what I'm saying? It was some magical moments there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just the thing happened with Chris Albrecht, and then Charles had the stroke, so I just set everything back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying to you?
Right.
And that's really what happened.
Shout out to Charles Dutton.
Shout out to Charles Dutton. So how do you create these moments? You feel me? Because it be certain situations where, in certain instances where we may feel though a certain situation may be that, and it don't end up to be that, and you know we gotta power through it. But what keeps you in the mind frame of I have to get this done? Because
it's just in me. When something's in you, it's in you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you ever see a racist a racist person, they can't help themselves. You racist, you
just
can't help it.
It's gonna be oozing out of you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's just in me. I just love the arts and I love being creative. Because creativity got me out of trouble. It kept me, when I was going through things, I can go be creative, write a film or go in the studio and listen to music. And so what I didn't do when I was heavy in the streets, I didn't disaband my creativity. That Allah gave me. You know what I'm saying? I kept one foot in and one foot out.
Right.
So it was parties, I might have had 2,500 people, but I might have broke even and made no money.
Right.
But we had it at a garage, the Armory downtown, and I had to spend so much on production, on making it look like, I remember one dude was like, yo man, I rolled past that joint the next day, man, it was a garage. How you make that shit look like that? I mean, but that's just was part of me that I always wanted to be creative. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never wanted to disaband it. So I'm telling people, if you got creative, it's never corny being creative or being a business person. Whatever you doing, don't disabandon what God gave you. Try it. I don't care if you got a job. I don't care if you're in the streets. Man, split that joint in half. Because God gave all of us something. He gave all of us something. And people, they spend too much time on what's cool. What they think is cool or what people gonna say. If you ain't hurt nobody or you ain't reducing your character or reducing your integrity or reducing your manhood, you know what I'm saying? Get it done. Make a sacrifice. You don't have to be in the front all the time. And that's me. I know how to sit back and wait my turn. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right. And if you could, I want you to explain to our viewers, right, what relationships and keeping them mean. Because a lot of people have relationships and they don't understand that. Just I feel
like we're not even there yet. That's at the end of the show. We got so much more shit to talk about. I don't even want to talk about that shit yet.
Because that's where I want to go.
That's ended it off. Like we got a lot of shit to talk about.
This is where I want to go at. Jay-Z.
Let's go. Now we talking.
Right. Jay-Z, because I always wanted to know this. First time y'all ran into each other, what was the interaction? How did it play out? And because he came here.
I'm gonna sip my water.
Well, the first time we met was up New York, because Sadiq had made the connection with hip hop and Jay-Z for us to take Beans up New York, right? And so he called. He said, "Look, we got to be up New York at a certain time." So what happened? We took Beans up there, and then Jay-Z and Too Short was in there making a record.
Right.
They was in the
studio. What record was that?
Whatever record they had.
Just a week ago, wasn't it?
All good. This
that question was loaded than a motherfucker. You hear me?
That was So that's what they was in there. Too Short was drinking a Heineken. They was in there. You know, everybody was chilling. You know what I'm saying? Great vibe. And it was this dude, and he was like one of them rapping ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was some New York shit. He was rapping. He was like, yeah, I'm back. And everybody was like, yeah. And Beans was just sitting there quiet again. And then he said, I remember this line. He said, he said, I keep a thick mag that'll give you a shit bag. I told y'all don't want it. Now the shit you used to talk is now coming out your stomach. Niggas ran out the fucking studio. Dame Dash went in there and was like, Jay, stop the session now. Stop the session right now.
Yeah. So Dame Dash, so you saying Dame Dash, Jay-Z was recording. It was all just a
he said, don't start it, chump. As far as the pump, I make you run as far as Gump.
So you telling me Dame Dash? Hold on. We gotta get this right. Dame Dash went and made Jay-Z stop recording.
Yeah. He said, yo, Jay, you gotta hear this. Jay was like, I'm coming out. He's like, no, come hear this motherfucker right now. And we was in the hallway. I mean, we was all like in this little hallway, little area.
Do you remember the studio?
This at Baseline?
Yeah, at No,
Baseline wasn't yet.
The Hip Factory.
Baseline was later on.
Yeah, it was the Hip Factory because it was two Hip Factories.
Okay.
Because we had went to the wrong one at first. It was two of them. We went to the one, and then we went to the other one, and then Jay came out. He was looking, you know what I'm saying? Then he was like, "Damn, this nigga hot," and it was history from there. And let me clear this up about Jay-Z. Jay-Z's a good dude. Always show respect. I'm still getting residuals, not far as money, because I didn't make music,
right?
But respect, They still family to me. Lenny
I see they
S,
fuck with you hard. Lenny S is your brother.
But they good dudes. I don't fuck with fucked up people.
Yeah, shout out to Lenny S.
What you got. Shout out to my man.
I fuck with Lenny S hard. Lenny S is a thoroughbred.
You'll see Ty in Egypt, and them niggas will shout you out, and show you respect, and ask you, is you cool, wine, and them. They good dudes. I don't know all this bullshit that people be talking about. You know, they are good people. I'm not saying they perfect. I'm not saying people who don't make mistakes.
But your experience,
my experience, they good people. If I don't see them dudes in 3 or 4 years, you know what I'm saying? They always show love and show respect, and we gotta give them the respect because they gave our town an opportunity. They put light on us.
Absolutely.
New York niggas is hard. They don't just be doing shit.
Now, I'm glad you just said that because it's a key thing that people say now. Like, you know, we got a lot of rappers that got relationships with celebrities. Right? And back then, it wasn't average to have a relationship or business contact or communication with a celebrity. Back then, you was not considered to be a dick rider.
Right, exactly.
Because you had a relationship with a Jay-Z or a DMX or a Rough Rider.
It was networking.
It was networking back then. It wasn't, he dick riding them niggas or he going to, like, it wasn't that because y'all literally had Jay-Z and them coming down this motherfucker.
Right, and that comes from knowing who you are. When you know who you are, ain't nobody can tell me, because can't nobody get me to do nothing I don't want to do.
Right.
And I'm not going, like I said, I'm not reducing my manhood for none of this shit. No money, no likes, no chicks. I'm not reducing my manhood.
Right.
But I'm working. I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to work hard. I'll carry a motherfucker bags. I got money. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you told me, look, Steve, help with the equipment, help with the bags,
we're gonna do
that's
this.
How I roll. Because I know who I am at the end of the day. I ain't got no complex or feel like no sucker. I ain't never felt like that.
You ain't ego tripping, bro.
You ain't ego tripping.
But I understand what it is to have partnerships in business and do things together. I'm Muslim. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, we supposed to do things in congregation.
Yes,
I was brought up like that.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? That's the only way that I understand. So I never feel out of sort. Or if a nigga got a bigger chain or a nigga got more money, you know what I'm saying? I never felt weird about, you know what I'm saying, being in the same club with AI. AI used to send me alcohol, no disrespect, to send it back because I don't drink. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I never felt like some niggas see niggas, they be like, I'm getting out of this joint. Before, man. Stay your ass in there and have some fun.
Some fun,
people, man. You know what I'm saying? So I never got down like that. So I never felt weird about just playing a role. You know what I'm saying?
I never forget this one night, right? We was in the club and Funk would always make sure that all his artists was at the right place at the right time, right? And Jay was on stage performing this night, right? And I know Hov, but I don't know that Hov know me, like, or know what's going on. I hear, Dutchie, man, where you at? Dutch, where you at? And I'm like, who the fuck is going on? I know it's Hov, but I don't know. Phone, call me, nigga. He wanted me to come on stage and spit. If my watch was a rollie, would you like that? He give me the Cristal bottle right now. I'm in awe. I don't know what the fuck going on. This is Hov still. This is Jay-Z.
Hold on. You said so Jay-Z gave you that Cristal bottle.
He passed hold
on. One second. Yeah, we was drinking Chris back then.
Yeah.
We wasn't drinking this shit, y'all. Whatever this piss y'all drinking now.
No.
Chris back then.
If you had
Cristal.
And I'm 18 at this point. I ain't even supposed to be in the motherfucking club.
Now you know this back when you do shows and you stay at the hotel.
Yeah.
You wasn't getting on the highway and hopping on the jet and leaving all that.
You
niggas was staying. They was staying.
Yeah, you in there. So I get on stage, I spit the joint, and Hov would continuously show niggas love and show niggas love and show niggas love. I remember one time we was off of Delaware Avenue, and Hov had to do like a something for the radio.
Right.
If I'm not, messing the story up, because you would take us there to these places, and it was just us. It was a small little joint that he had to do for the radio. It was me, Beans, G-Funk, Roller, and we was, I would just continuously rap for this guy, and rap for this guy, and rap for this guy. And he would always, I'm talking about to this day, if I see Hov Hov still act the same.
That's how he is.
Now hold on.
He a
now
real
hold on.
one.
You said something that was real privilege that we got to get into. Roller.
Oh, Roller.
Now when I say Roller, I'm gonna say this because there's a record that Jay-Z did with Jeezy, where he shouts Roller out on that record, and he shouted him out years after Roller had passed.
Right.
So that shows how serious of a relationship it really was. And like from Beans and other guys that was around, whenever Roller name come out, everybody kind of just smile and be like, man, I love Roller.
Scrap was that guy, man.
He was one of one. He was a special.
Yeah, I know him too, but we want the people to know.
Roller was just special, man. He was funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He know how to get the money.
Right.
He'll put you on the spot too.
Don't be corny. Don't bring a corny back. Scrap corny, man. Scrap ain't that.
You know what I used to be around Roller a lot?
Where?
It's gonna fuck y'all head up right here. When Sadiq and them had the studio on Spring Garden.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On the little block.
Yeah.
That's when Lil Troy came into play.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I just learned so much from Sadiq and
Right.
Roller them back then, because they was like, they was the niggas that like at 15 and 16, you heard about them niggas before you seen them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You heard about them guys before you
Right.
seen them. And when you seen them, you wanted to see, you know what I'm saying? You would hear about them through girls and through, you know what I mean, their cars and shit like that. So they was just advanced. I got to get it.
So how did they,
you know what I'm saying?
all right, okay, because you gotta look at the time frame we talking about, right? How the hell did they talk Jay-Z and them to giving a label deal to Black Friday with Roc-A-Fella?
Well, one, they knew business. They already had money.
Right.
They had beans.
Right.
Right. And they had the city on lock. It was destined. It was already written.
It was already
you know what I'm saying?
written.
You know what I'm saying?
It was already
they
written.
didn't even have to do much. You know what I'm
Was
saying?
Jay buying jewelry off of people in Philly, or like would he? What was his relationships like with
Now
these
hold on
guys?
now. I'm glad you said that
sure,
because see, I like when you throw oops up, man. These niggas just I just like when you do shit.
I ain't sure.
You gotta ask.
Shout out to Pieface Tone.
Yeah.
Shout
Rest
out
in
Pie
peace.
Face.
Yeah, I ain't sure.
Shout out Fat
My
Ass.
understanding, Pieface brought a rollie off Dame Dash arm.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like,
Well, come on.
was they
Remember-
buying or selling?
But come on.
Let's come
I mean,
on.
we're gonna talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
That's why I said we was moving a little too fast.
Right. Right. But that's what I was saying. Like, so because I remember we lived together. You allowed me to come and stay on 56th Street, and I would hear you on the phone with Hov. I would hear you on the phone with Dame. I would hear you on the phone with the guy from Atlantic Records, Craig Cowman.
You forgetting somebody. I'm gonna see if you gonna say it. I'm gonna see if you gonna say it.
Shit, man. Steve Stout. I remember you talking to
We not gonna forget One Arm E.
Oh no, definitely.
We can't forget E.
Definitely. But what I'm saying is,
Can't
I
forget
remember
it. Can't.
Funk, like for my career, from the beginning of my career, right? I can say this because I wasn't even 18 yet. My mom had to sign my contract when I signed.
Yeah.
With
we got him signed.
And it was no hating at this time.
No.
Nobody was hating.
Well, I didn't know I was as
Money was plentiful.
Right.
I didn't know I was as good as I was. I knew I was good. But what Funk would do with us is that you can't be in the crib and you don't work.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So every day, you gotta come up with John. So it's like
we did a lot of rehearsing,
Season,
a lot of practicing,
and you
a lot
gonna
of
rap
exchanging
every day.
And that's what got
could
them
tell
to
the
be able to
difference.
perform on, like when you go into, now let's get into the Cosmic Cab shit.
Yeah.
You know, when you get the freestyles and you get the Cosmic
get
Cab
put on the spot.
mixtapes and you get put on the spot to rap, and you know everybody's backing each other up. Everybody know everybody verses.
Right.
That came from that.
That came from that. Yeah.
You know, being seasoned and being together. You know what I'm saying? There was no hate, and I think only thing it sounded like to me was it was just like friendly competition and just still sharpening still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you know what the good thing was? Everybody understood that Beam was the man. Like,
Right.
He came
Right.
through hard.
There was no
They
question,
understood
bro.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But because everybody individually still had, it was like a team.
How was his reaction? How was his reaction when it was time for him to sign a Roc-A-Fella when he
Beanie
knew he was
always
getting
calm. He never really got excited. He got excited when he performed. You could see the excitement and the seriousness, but he never really, like, it wasn't, you know, him and News, they was making money.
Right. News was doing his thing.
Got that so natural.
Got that South Philly demeanor, man.
He would call me and be like, listen to this.
Yeah, man.
He got that South Philly.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
No, I ain't get G.
No, he ain't G out. No.
Because listen, right? I remember one day, right? I'm in a crib on 56th Street, and I walk up to G-Funk, and this is when you know if you ego tripping, he was going to tell you. If you shit not that, he's going to tell you. I remember walking up to him and saying, "Hey, Funk. Now for my niggas, I do hoodie favors, cars with no hoods, different flavors. Wait, and get you later. I'll close with a 38. I don't need no laser. Unload,
My
reload.
thing was, though, sometimes, like, I was wondering, what the fuck was y'all writing this shit?
Like,
I'm gonna tell you this.
Every other
You would
day.
leave
You know
out,
what I'm saying?
right?
Like sometimes we would rehearse and stuff like that, and just have a workspace. But most of the time, they just would come up and be like, "Listen," I'm like, "What the fuck this nigga at when he was writing it?"
So
I've been here for 3 days.
Mike
and I ain't seen him write
Spivey.
shit.
Listen, Mike Spivey, right?
Shout out to Mike.
So
Shout out to
you,
Mike.
Funk always be doing what we needed done.
Right.
Funk, we have seen, but when he come back, he either got another record exec ready to go ahead and do some more business.
Right.
But then we had guys handlers that make sure that we was good. You know what I'm saying? Because I was young and I used to like certain things that you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
but
hold on.
So I would write it when me and Spivey be in the crib chilling and I'll be doing my leisure, you know what I'm saying? And when you leave, I'm like, when Funk come back, I gotta make sure I got another John because I know when he come back, we going somewhere.
Right.
So it was always
be ready.
Or people,
you had to be ready.
Battle
or people would be at the crib and be like, "Yo, Dutch, I got this joint crazy." I used to be ordering food. I'd leave where the fuck I'm at just to hear a nigga rhyme. I'd be leaving food and just come and be like, "Yo, hit that joint." You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I'd be like, "Where the food at, man?" Fuck
Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. I fuck with them.
Right.
I fuck with Bubonic real hard and Mr. Right. They chemistry was together. Now, I feel like all of y'all major figures, Most Wanted, Beanie said, nobody sound alike.
Right.
But preferably when you go to Most Wanted really had like their own thing.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
You
they
get what I'm
was
saying?
They had the
Dressing,
bop.
They had the bop.
They had their own thing, man.
They was friends before the music, so they lived on the same block.
Okay.
So they was already connected in that kind of way. They used to
Right.
eat over each other's crib, mom cooking food and shit like that. And they used to come out on the avenue and be rapping together. That's before they would even think that a deal was even possible.
Possible,
So
yeah.
they had that connection
Right.
back then, and I think that's where that came from.
Because their first album, a lot of people don't know, was produced by the entire Neptunes.
Yeah.
Neptunes
Right.
produced their whole first
Yes.
album.
Bro,
Yes,
I
I know
never in life met guys like Beanie Sigel, Most Wanted, and people
Still.
like that to this day.
Yeah.
That because you think you the shit when you young. You like, man, I'm
Yeah.
hot, I'm the hottest nigga.
Right.
But when you meet a motherfucking Bubonic,
Yeah.
and he starts spitting that shit, even Nas and all the rest of us, like we just
Yeah.
was so competitive but friendly. Like I would be with Beans every day.
Right.
When he brought Beans to the crib, we would all be
he was
around
already-
each
he
other.
would be-
Right.
Like and we would go to New York as a family. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
yeah.
I remember that one time he took us over to New York and I met this chick in Brooklyn in the projects.
Yeah.
Right? He talking about, Touch, you not stand up. I said, I'm good.
Yeah, he was
Whole time.
He did what the fuck he wanted.
It's
Oh,
one of
good.
Fabulous joints, right? So Fab got the FABO, LO, US, right?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to the joint. She messing with Fab, and she called Fab on the phone, and Fab knew
Allegedly,
about us.
because we don't want to put Fab
Well,
in
this
the
was
shit.
this was
years ago. But you
this
just never know.
this
We don't
was-
wanna put nobody-
allegedly, she said,
25 years
he,
ago.
he was on the
25
phone.
years ago,
I know I talked to him.
You know, niggas good. 25 years, you fucking cheated.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well,
Oh, go ahead.
allegedly,
Yeah.
but Funk was like, Dutch, what the fuck? what's wrong with you, man? Like, I'm going to Brooklyn. Who do you know in Brooklyn? I just jump out the car and go do some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But he would always make sure that we was good, though.
Right.
And that's what I always appreciated from
him. And after
him.
a while, I just be like, that's Dutch. He gonna be safe. He know how to,
Yeah.
people took to him.
Right.
You know how like people just would take to you.
He
survived anywhere.
He wanted them.
Yeah.
He wanted them
Go to South
dudes.
Central.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
I
he
wouldn't
would be
do that
cool.
shit.
Yeah, he wanted
Like,
them.
I know this nigga ain't just leave and go to fuck with them.
Yeah,
He'd be overseas.
He wanted
You know what I'm
them.
saying? If it was FaceTime, he'd be FaceTime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
So
wanted
that's
them-
people took
yeah.
from it. Some
He
people
wanted them dudes. 5 niggas want to beat him up. He'll make them all laugh and they let him go.
Yeah, we get out of some shit.
Now, hold on.
Yeah, some shit.
Bad Boy. You said in the beginning that the guy from Bad Boy is actually who like gave you your first like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which his name is
Kurt Barrows.
Kurt Barrows.
Yeah.
Kurt Barrows was basically an owner and
Yeah, he had definitely had a percentage.
so did he
And
so
Bad
so
Boy.
so did he ain't do this shit by himself? He started out
No,
with-
I mean everybody know that. When I used to see Jadakiss and Carl Thomas and them, they should be like, Kurt from Philly, y'all got a good one. Steve, you got a good one. That's my man. Because Kurt would get you your money when the invoices is late, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying. He would make sure that all the lawyers be on time. He would make sure he was the guy you want. While Diddy was doing his music and producing and all that stuff. He was the exec, so he was known. Kurt was known for making sure that everything was good.
So why was he pushed to the back?
I don't think he was the person that wanted to be in the front. You know what I'm saying? I think he just was an exec.
Yeah.
He was just real intelligent. He still is real intelligent. He's still living.
Yeah,
but he was a real
he wanted to be
intelligent.
the- he probably just
Yeah, he
wanted to
didn't
be
want
the
to. He
guy.
didn't really want to be that.
Yeah,
Right.
And I don't know the whole extent of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I know, personally.
Yeah.
That he's not one of them guys that likes. He don't care about being in the camera.
Okay.
In front of the camera, he just
Yeah.
gonna take care of business. But he's really smart, and I think people should research him and find.
Yeah,
out
because
who
I've
he
been
is.
hearing a lot about him. Like, some shit. Like,
I met him a few times, and he's a very laid back guy. And it's
I'm just
like,
saying, far as the whole shit with the Bad Boy thing, how he was done kind of fucked up in that situation. Like he was done dirty.
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was done dirty. Like he was fucking bamboozled, kind of strong arm, out of his situation over there.
Oh, big fella.
You know what I'm saying?
But you gonna hurt something.
Yeah.
So,
So
how did you hook up the Pharrell and Most Wanted situation? And Timberland was our guy too, because I
Yeah.
remember you like
Well,
a lot of these guys I met. The first time I met them, Funk took us to these motherfucking places. I'm like,
and for y'all that don't know, they call him Funk.
yeah. I'm sorry,
my
Funk.
nickname.
It's personal relationship,
G-Funk, man. You know what I mean?
So just,
Well, Pharrell thing kind of came. I think he was drawn to him naturally. I think that they kind of created that. You know what I'm saying? Timberland, I had Nas, which I took him out of the group, Philly's Most Wanted. Nas, we call him Montana, and I signed him to Black Round Records, which had Aaliyah on there.
Okay, all right. So where you at right now, right? Was that in the scope? Because I know Nina Ross
He was
came
on
into play with it.
Interscope. It was Interscope, Black Round Records. So they was managing Tank, Lil JoJo, R. Kelly.
But wasn't Nina Ross signed to something
She
too?
was signed to Priority. I had to deal with
Priority.
Records.
It was her and somebody else though, right?
Buddha Brown, yeah.
Okay, so Nina,
Buddha
yeah, I
Brown.
remember them being
My man-
like a group at one
My man
time.
Marvin Watkins.
Shout out, Puda
Shout out,
Brown,
and shout out
man.
Nina Ross. That's my
My
dog.
man
Right there.
signed
That's
him, but G. Roberson, he big time. G. Roberson
Yeah.
hooked me up with Marvin Watkins over at Priority. Rest in
Okay.
peace, Marvin. And that was my West Coast connected vibe.
I remember that.
actually,
They had a
Marvin
record.
actually, to be honest with you, I want to know something. So he's speaking on Timberland. Snoop and them was trying to get in touch with Timberland, and I don't know what happened, why they couldn't get in touch with him. So Marv had called me. My man was running, he was an A&R of Priority Records, and he said, "Look, we trying to get us." First, he asked me about was it Silk the Shocker, Master P brother.
Okay.
So I asked Timberland, I said, "You gonna do a record for Silk?" He was like, "Nope." I said, "What?" Somebody gotta tell these niggas. They keep calling me, man. I gotta
Said,
tell them
nope.
something.
That shit
He like,
fast,
"Nope."
too.
He was like, "No, I'm busy." So then I'm like, "Damn." So
Yeah.
my man Marv come in. He said, "Will you do a record with Tim?" And that's the first record they did with Tim. I hooked it up. I said, "You gotta do this for Snoop, man. He's a legend."
Right.
And then he called. I put Marv with Timberland, and then they made the record with the first record that was produced by Timberland with Snoop Dogg.
Damn.
I put that together. Snoop don't even know. He don't owe me nothing, but he don't even know I put it
he gonna
together.
know now.
But I told Tim, I said, you gotta do this one. He was gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, you gotta do this one. I don't
Put
make
it
you
on
look
there.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thing was with Silks the Shocker, but
He said nope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, nope. I'm like, damn.
So what happened with the Nina Ross and Pooter Brown thing? Because I actually remember they white label. I remember they single on Pride.
Yeah, they had a record with Timberland. I got Timberland to do a record for me for cheap, actually, because we built a relationship through Barry Hankerson, which Barry Hankerson was managing Timberland and Magoo. I think they might have been signed. I think they were signed to Black Round Records.
Okay,
Leo was signed there.
Yeah, Leo was.
And then he had a management company and a label, what I was telling you would be good for you.
Yeah.
And so that's how I met Timberland. And we just created our own relationship. And he loved Nina and he loved Pooter. I used to take him up to the studio.
Right.
You know, anybody know anything about Timberland studio? Freezing, 20 below.
Cold than a mother.
Cold. But you never know who's gonna come through. You got Jimmy Ivy.
I don't know.
Big man, you know, big man.
I don't know.
He's a big man tip, you know what I mean?
But he put them beats on and he tell you, go ahead.
But
I remember Missy Elliott driving a Lambo in the motherfucker.
Yeah, you had to sacrifice.
What do you mean driving in?
They had it. The studio was where they drove into the motherfucker. They didn't walk in. They
drove in.
But that's how Aaliyah's studio.
Yeah,
It was at the Manhattan Center. Manhattan Center in New York. They used to have shows and concerts, so you could pull around.
Alicia Keys' studio was like that too in New
elevators
York.
and all that stuff. Yeah. But I built a great relationship with Timberland from Barry Hankerson.
Wow.
And he said, look, don't worry about the money. I gave him some peanuts for it. That was a good favor he done for me.
Shout out Timbo.
Yeah.
What you think was the best deal you had in the record industry and the worst deal?
The worst deal. I didn't get my motherfucking deal. I didn't get my label deal. Was the worst deal.
You should have got a label deal.
And the best deal, bro, probably was Beans.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had a publishing deal.
Right.
He started getting all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? He was so strong.
Right.
He started getting all. So that was one of the best deals that I can say that I created. You know, I helped create. That me and Sadiq helped create. That we was a part of.
Yeah.
And the worst deal was me not getting the label deal. Remember one time the boy told me, he told me 15 years later, man, Leroy Cohen was looking for you, man. He was trying to sign you, give you a big deal. I said, what the fuck you tell me 20 years later?
20 years later.
I said, God damn,
did you help Rahisi?
Why did you tell him? I
didn't. With Nokia and them?
Rahisi was just a rapping motherfucker.
Yes,
he
was.
just rapped his way through.
He said he got Rahisi like Chicha Chin.
Yeah.
That was my man.
The Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah. Wow. It's so many different things that you accolades that you did, and you would just sit back and you just wouldn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? From TV, we see you doing a lot of things in the movie and film, but I really see you going real super duper hard in real estate.
Yeah, real estate and film. I like
you
real
own
estate
a lot of shit out there.
Yeah, because it's the creativity.
Right.
Anywhere where it's creativity, I'm happy. Like I said, it got me out of trouble.
Right.
You know, it got me paid. It made me look good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling people. If tap into yourself, man, and figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's something there, creative. You know what I'm saying? Because God made us all like that.
I don't know what it is. I just feel like he's like speaking directly to me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you need it.
Look at the way he put his hat on straight. That thing cocked by itself, man. You know what I mean?
You feel me? Because I'm just saying, you know, just like you say, you stay with him. You had the opportunity to come kick it with me at the
No, you definitely got a super ear.
You
for
feel
the
me?
music,
So it's just like, I don't know, bro. It's just something that I'm just feeling right now. You feel me? So I'm paying attention. I'm taking notes.
Like sometimes,
I'm definitely taking notes.
Sometimes, like I had reposted Tiffy song. I reposted it the other day, right?
Right.
And I'm like,
shout out to Big Fella.
Yeah, and I'm like, this joint hot. But sometimes people just know what you can't see.
Yeah,
you know, sometimes all you need is your girl to be like, baby, you gonna make it. That's it.
Yeah, and that's
you just need that one joint.
One push.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, you just gotta keep going. Sometimes you just know.
Yeah.
I ain't Hove, I just know what I know. Some people know what they know.
So what's G-Funk doing now? Like what's
I'm
now?
doing a show called Famous. It's a music drama. I don't want to get a story away.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing that shit no more.
Lenny S coming executive produce with me.
Okay.
So it's gonna be great.
Shout out Lenny S.
I'm just showcasing events and things that that I know about the business, even up to now, experiences that I have. I'm not really into the music heavy like I was.
So do you have artists now?
No, I just help artists. I be just helping them.
So you're consulting.
I don't even consult because I don't charge nobody. I just help them. If I can connect somebody, if I can give them information, I just help people. I don't really need them.
How do they get the help though?
Hold on, Lenny S. We ain't at the end yet.
No, I'm just saying, how do they, the artists, right?
We ain't at the end yet.
That want consultation, right? Because this is
we ain't at the end yet. Consultation and all that's at the end. You know the BT commercials where they finish the shit and at the end the number come up? Yeah. Our shit ain't come up yet.
Right.
So we need to get into Lenny S.
Right. Great.
Consultation gonna come.
My brother.
Go to Lenny S because you and Lenny S is like the same.
I'm tired of
Lenny,
shit. Lenny, no, I'm tired of it because listen, right? Every interview, right? Every interview, he want to go
with consultation. Nobody's paying for a consultation.
This is not. Look, this is not. Look.
because he always trying to sell a consultation. There is no, we don't do consultations on TV.
He caught me trying. Look. 5 minutes later, I don't come up.
Consultation. Lenny S. You and Lenny S. To me, when I see y'all, it's like seeing twins. Like your relationship is really.
Lenny advanced and took off because you know what it is. You'll see Lenny in Hollywood, but then you'll see him in Southwest Philly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He fucks with everybody. And that's what keeps him strong. That's what he don't front on nobody.
He never
fronted on me. Always there when I need him, and he's like he make up 30 or 40% of me getting by in the industry and getting in touch with people and helping. He's just a helpful person, and he's a great guy. He got the charisma. And I be asking, I be like, how the fuck you last so long? Yeah. Because, he been around for a long time. And we seen people fall off, A&Rs, execs, artists. Yeah. And he's still fresh. You know what I'm saying to you? And that just come from being a good person, though. You know what I'm saying?
I think Lenny S.
a good dude.
Know how, one of the things he got, swag that he got, he know how, he know how to tell you in the smoothest way, no, that ain't it.
But not
in the smoothest way. Not
I don't even know if he tell you no, cause
no, like that, this, that ain't it. Like you need to do this.
Well, he'll give you information that's needed.
Yeah.
Some people just bullshit you.
Right.
If it's an artist that need, he'll tell you, look, this is what you need to do this, that, and the other. Yeah. I'm here for you when you come back and you got these things.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? I got you, and he always keep his word. The guy, I'm telling you, it's crazy because that's really my go-to guy. He's from the Bronx.
That's your guy.
You know what I'm saying?
No, Lenny a real Bronx.
I never knew Lenny was from the Bronx. I always thought.
Wow. I thought Lenny was from Brooklyn too.
Yeah, he's from the Bronx.
I really did,
so, Lenny not from Brooklyn?
No, he's from the Bronx.
No, he's from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying?
I never knew that.
And it's crazy that he's like my go-to guy. Like he's my brother, but I can ask for him. Like sometimes, like if it's somebody that's up on a certain level, I'll be like, man, I need to talk to him. He's like, come on, what you need him for? Yeah. And I'll break it down, and he'll make it happen. He's just a good dude. He don't front on nobody, man. I'm talking about like we be places, man. Yeah. People, sometimes he forget who he is. He be like, yo, I'm not a superstar, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you are.
I said,
anytime I see Lenny, he the same, bro.
It's a natural thing. He's got the charisma. He got the brain. Them niggas smart, man. When you sit down with them guys, if you ever come in, y'all gonna see how smart these guys are. That's why I don't understand why people. I don't play with. I'm scared of smart people. I don't play with them.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a gangster. I can fake a gangster out. You know what I mean? Nigga, you ain't smart. You know what I'm saying? But an intelligent motherfucker, we shouldn't be playing on people intelligence and stuff. You gotta read people and know. You know, it's like somebody knowing you and just playing with you. You know I'm smart, and that's why you try to do that. You try to be slick. And so I keep the respect with them, and them guys always look out, man. I can't say nothing about. I've never seen nothing crazy, nothing tricky. They're good people, and they always look out, man. If you don't fuck them around and betray them, they gonna look out for you, man. They regular motherfuckers, man.
Where the Un coming at?
I ain't seen I did see him. I was doing a deal with Shaquem a couple years ago. He was out LA. He was outside. He was like, damn. And we talked for a minute. But
shout out, we need to get one.
Yeah, man, I gotta holler at my guy.
I ain't talked to in a long time. So
no, I'm saying, how did you run into Un though? Because that was the guy who gave me my first shot.
I mean, they was a lot of them a lot of the execs up New York, they was checking for me because they were checking for me. You know what I'm saying? They definitely was checking for me because my name was buzzing. So it's like, Steve, the guy you want to go see. Stevie. And what I used to do is, I used to ask them, what are you looking for? Well, we looking for a girl and a guy. We looking for a 2-man group like Dutch and Spade. We looking for this. I'll go cook that shit up. So you can't, I ain't gonna bring you something and then be like, no, that ain't what I'm looking for. I feel weird. Tell me what you looking for. I used to go deliberately, go make something up from scratch and find it and put it together and come back and satisfy.
With all that you've done, Funk, you've got artists signed, you've done real estate, you've made films. What is it something that Funk want to do before it's all said and done when you retire and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to one of my younger brothers? What's something that you want to do that you haven't done?
I just really would love for the light to be on Philly. Like, I just want more people to be successful. And I just want to live to see the city, grow, where everybody loving each other, everybody making money, and we just moving along. That's all I want really out of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be creative as long as I'm here, right? I just want niggas to be able to get on the phone and be like, call up, give my man 20 million. He the next up and coming. Right. All this, that, and the other. And we sticking together. That's all I really want to see.
Right.
I'm going to always find a creative space if Allah, grant me that, right? To be, and I can create something in here to make it creative. I can build a house. I can find artists. I can do all that stuff. But it means something to me. But then it means nothing if we not leading our community to do it together collectively. Right. That's why I said I don't consult for artists. I just help them. I don't want to get paid. I got enough money. I don't need to charge somebody to help them or to give them information or to plug them into something. I don't need to get paid for that. Right. My thing is, if I help you and you don't help nobody, you're wasting my fucking time.
Yeah, right.
That's the only thing. Just spread the love, and it's gonna run in a circle. Yeah. And we got to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get back to that.
And that's exactly why we called our podcast Restore the Order, because we had multiple conversations about this in regards to order, in regards to the music, the party scene, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seemed like the younger generation don't know how to get to the money. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they worried about the popularity part of it, which is a part of your makeup in regards to being an artist, but you got to learn how to get the money.
You know what's crazy though? The new young artists they look out for. They said Drake gave fucking Young Thug $1 million when he came home. Yeah, they do. They got that brother. I'm saying it.
I'm talking about Philly.
I'm talking about here. In Philly, you don't hear that.
Yeah, that's
you don't hear no artists going to nobody's birthday party and yo, I brought this nigga a will, or I dropped a bag on him, or whatever, or bought him 30 bottles and show up. You don't hear that shit.
You don't hear that. You don't hear that shit.
Yeah. I heard Uzi be looking out for a lot of people.
Yeah, Uzi.
But what I'm saying is, first, not taking nothing from Uzi. That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I got family over there. But I'm saying as far as artists throughout the city, just like had that relationship.
Yeah, that connection.
Where it's like, I'm not charging such and such to go to his party. I'm going.
Right.
If I ain't go away.
Or do a record sometimes.
Yeah, I'm popping out. Or his video show. He shoot the video, then one of them get a cameo. It's like you don't see that shit here.
Right.
Yeah. No. Well, I want to say this in closing because this is something I never told you, and I want to say it in front of the world. I want to thank you for everything that you've done for me.
I appreciate that.
And I want to tell you that I appreciate you.
Milo, you gonna cry.
I love you, man, and thank you for sharing your legacy that's going to continue, because you're not a legend, you're legendary, bro.
I appreciate that.
And what I want to say is, this is RTO Podcast. This episode was brought to y'all by Famous. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and tune in.
New series coming, you know what I'm saying? Listen, but I just want to say, like, rather I had an argument with an artist, rather we didn't get along, we all got lines that you need not to cross. Right. I don't feel like nobody in Philly that I can think of offhand, artist-wise, crossed my line. Right. We had a lot of disagreements. It was a lot of testosterone, egos, and stuff like that. Right. But I want to say, y'all made me who I am today. It's like your child. You don't understand that your child making you stronger and they making you better. Because you might be arguing with them, oh, get the fuck in, whatever. But it made me the businessman that I am. Exactly. The person to keep going. When I can look back and I was up in New York, Lenny S had a party. 2 dudes walking to me like, what's up, man? I was like, what's up? And then he like, no, we fuck with you. We from Philly. Yeah. You know, they had some good stuff going on. So that make me feel good because my contribution, people acknowledge it. And I felt at the time people didn't acknowledge it when they should have, but it's still never too late. Yeah. As long as you keep yourself fresh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the wheelchair where I can't hear and I don't understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It counts. And y'all made me, everybody, Philly's Most Wanted, Dutch and Spade, Gilly, the major figures, Nina Ross and Pooter Brown, Nas, Bubonic, Beanie Sigel, Goldie, Quinta from Abbott Elementary. Everybody that I work with to this day made me who I am. I can go in the house and create a Miami theme. Because, you know, sometimes I think about some of the creativity and it's still that I've done with artists back in the day, and it still motivate me to keep moving. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, damn, we did that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we love you, brother. You know we here and we appreciate you and thank you for sharing with us, man. Like,
yeah, but hold on, before you go, I want to thank you as well because without you and my father, I would not be able to understand music and understand what a cadence is, or understand what turntables is, and understand who came before. Who you feel me? And I just feel like y'all put me in a space because, like I said, I literally used to be in my onesie on the steps, or I might run down to the basement, see a nice little hiney and smack it and run back upstairs. You feel me?
Like Yada Bay used to have them parties before I could even get in. I remember one time I did sneak in. But all of that stuff make you who you are. It gets you excited. It gets you inspired. You know, when you seeing the DJs carrying the equipment and the records and all of that stuff, it starts from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And everything that I've been a part of, it inspired me, good or bad. And remember this, you never lose in life. You either win or you learn. You never lose. You win or you learn.
And that is the legendary words
RTO
for my brother Stevie G. This is the RTO Crazy exclusive for the streets. I'm Mike Knox.
I'm Dutchy, man.
Your boy Stizzle Bay.
We see y'all in the next one.
Restore the order, baby.